You think the Great Pyramid has no more secrets left? You're wrong. A massive hidden space was clearly discovered inside. Yet to this day, it remains inaccessible. What you pay to see might just be its outermost shell. What's even more bizarre is, despite its discovery, no one has actually been inside yet. They used a method called muon scanning. You don't need to remember the name, just understand the simple concept. It's essentially like secretly giving the entire pyramid an X-ray. Because these tiny particles can pass through stone, researchers can deduce which parts are solid and which parts might be hollow. As a result, this scan directly revealed something massive. Right above the grand gallery leading to the king's chamber, there actually hides a giant void, at least 30 meters long. Note, this is not some small crack, nor a tiny gap wedged between stones. This is a true, hidden architectural structure. The problem is, we currently only know it's there, but we have no idea what it's for. No one knows if it's a burial chamber, a passageway, or just a giant empty space that no one has ever touched. It doesn't connect directly to any known corridors either. Simply put, modern science has already discovered it. But we still can't get in, and we still don't understand it. If you think this is already outrageous, it's not over. In 2023, scientists once again found a hidden corridor in the Great Pyramid that no one previously knew about. This corridor is about 9 meters long, located near the main entrance, hidden behind a set of massive stone blocks. Previously, everyone always assumed those few triangular limestone blocks were just used to distribute pressure. Purely a structural engineering element with no mystery. But as it turns out now, there really is a corridor hiding behind them. This is where the question arises. If it's just a weight-bearing structure, why would there be an extra passageway behind it? Is it merely part of a pressure relief design, or is it blocking something deeper? To this day, no one dares to confidently make a conclusion about this. Do you think those narrow shafts inside the pyramid are just for ventilation? Wrong, because after robots crawled inside, what they saw suddenly had very little to do with the word ventilation. In the 1990s, engineers sent micro-robots into several exceptionally narrow shafts. How narrow are these shafts? About 20 centimeters wide. Impossible for a human to enter. For many years, everyone thought these things were probably just ventilation shafts. But in 1993, after a German robot climbed into one extending out from the Queen's chamber, it directly encountered a stone slab resembling a small door at the end, with 2 tiny copper handles even attached to it. Suddenly, things felt off. If you call it a ventilation shaft, then I want to ask, who would go out of their way to install a stone door with handles at the very end of a ventilation shaft? What's behind it is even weirder. Later, another robot drilled through the first door and pushed the camera through to look behind it. The result revealed that not far behind it, there is actually a second sealed stone door. In other words, inside this narrow, deep shaft that no one can enter, there are at least 2 artificially constructed barriers. So what exactly is behind them? To this day, it remains a mystery. You'll find that this is the most frustrating part about ancient Egypt. Not because it's old, but because every time you think you've pretty much figured it out, it immediately hits you with another mystery. And what's more troublesome is this kind of thing doesn't just happen in the pyramids. Take Nefertiti, for example. Many have heard this name. Her bust has almost become the face of ancient Egypt. But the problem is, the tomb of one of ancient Egypt's most famous women has still not been found today. She was the wife of Akhenaten, living during an especially chaotic period in Egyptian history. At that time, the royal family wanted to completely kick out the traditional gods. retaining only the worship of the sun god, Aten. As a result, once Akhenaten died, the whole situation instantly became a mess. What actually happened to Nefertiti later? Some say she might have changed her name and continued to rule. Others feel she had died early on. But ultimately, the most crucial question has never been answered. Where exactly is she buried? What's more dramatic is, there is also a theory that suggests her tomb might be hidden behind the walls of Tutankhamun's burial chamber. A radar scan in 2015 did indeed seem to scan a space behind the wall, but later results conflicted with each other. Thus, this matter is still suspended in debate. No one can make a final, conclusive judgment, or take Tomb KV-55 in the Valley of the Kings. When it was opened in 1907, the feeling at the site was already very wrong. The sarcophagus was smashed, the gold mask was ripped off, and all inscriptions that could prove the tomb owner's identity had been deliberately scraped away. This operation doesn't look like an ordinary tomb robbery. It looks more like someone was being ruthless, wanting to delete this person's name directly from history. The mummy inside has been studied for over 100 years, and to this day, its identity is still not completely confirmed. Many clues point toward Akhenaten, especially the DNA results from 2010. But inevitably, some details still don't match up, which means we might have already seen this person. But we still can't shout out his name with 100% certainty. Then there's Tutankhamun. Many only know him as the boy pharaoh, but exactly how he died has no definitive conclusion. Some suspect it was murder. Some think he was infected after a severe leg injury. Others believe malaria, coupled with congenital physical problems, brought him down. Every theory can present some evidence, and they all sound quite plausible. The problem is, no single theory can explain all the clues perfectly all at once. In other words, the death of one of ancient Egypt's most famous pharaohs remains an unsolved case to this day. Looking further down, Khufu didn't just leave behind that pyramid either. In 1954, near the Great Pyramid, people discovered a massive sealed pit. After opening it, inside sat a large wooden ship dismantled into 1,224 parts. It took many years to painstakingly piece it back together, bit by bit. What was finally assembled was a massive ship about 43 meters long, the famous Khufu Solar Ship. But the question arises again, was this ship actually sailed? Or was it purely a burial object? Some believe it really hit the water, possibly used in Khufu's funeral. Others feel it was symbolic from beginning to end, meant for the pharaoh to accompany the sun god on his journey in the afterlife. Whether it actually ran on water or not still has no unified answer today. If the aforementioned are just mysteries of tombs and people, ancient Egypt has an even more exaggerated one. A lost labyrinth that might be even more outrageous than the pyramids. Ancient writers once described a colossal labyrinth in Egypt. It supposedly contained 3,000 rooms, half above ground and half underground. So big it could directly disorient a person. The question is, where exactly is this labyrinth today? In the 19th century, people did indeed dig up some foundations and fragments in the relevant area, but the scale completely didn't match what the ancients described. So there's always been a suspicion that the true main body of the labyrinth is either still buried underground or was gradually dismantled by later generations. What's even more exaggerated is how the Great Pyramid was actually built. Today, no one dares to say they've completely figured it out. That pyramid was built around 2560 BC, using approximately 2.3 million stones. Many of the stone blocks weigh 2 to 15 tons each. The Diary of Merer, discovered in 2013, has already proven that ancient Egyptians indeed used boats and a canal system to transport stones near Giza. But the hardest problem is not how they were transported there at all. Rather, how were so many crushingly heavy stones lifted, aligned, and stacked layer by layer? And don't forget, it is almost perfectly aligned with the 4 cardinal directions: north, south, east, and west. Some feel they use the stars to determine direction. This theory sounds quite reasonable, but again, being reasonable doesn't mean it's definitive proof. So you will ultimately find the most intoxicating thing about ancient Egypt is never how much treasure it produced, but the fact that it has already laid there for thousands of years. Yet it can still force modern people to admit, time and time again, that we might not have understood it at all, especially the Great Pyramid of Giza. You think it's just a tourist spot photographed to death? Wrong. Inside it, to this day, still hide spaces no one has entered, corridors no one has seen through, and doors that even robots haven't reached the end of. It just stands there for over 4,000 years. But its most ruthless trait is that it might, even up to now, still not have surrendered its true interior to humanity completely.